big celebrities are now, but you guys do, so that's why I need y'all. Okay, and then also, it's nearly exam time, nearly graduation time, so going home. Speak to your family and friends about this idea. Literally just have a discussion with them about the kind of world that you want to live in. Take this idea to them. See if you blow their minds or if they think it's impossible. In fact, yeah, we should talk about whether that's impossible in a second. But just to sway what you think about possibility. I talked about the Arab Spring. I mentioned the Arab Spring earlier. Do you guys know what that is? Okay. So the Arab Spring is basically what people in Libya, Bahrain, Tunisia, and Egypt did. People living in those countries were living under dictators. So what they did was they simply organized on Facebook to say, hey, let's all go to this place and protest this guy, this dictator. So very ordinary people could demonstrate their power by just organizing online and being somewhere, and they overthrew a dictator who had the military, and they all had militaries to use at their disposal, but it was ineffective because simple people got on their phones and organized and went somewhere and did something. Like, we don't even have this problem. We don't have dictators that we have to fight. We just have to get this message out, and it's not a message that's going to cause controversy, I don't think. So I think we can do the same thing. Where the Arab Spring failed, if you do bring up the Arab Spring with your friends and family, with your older friends and family, they'll probably tell you that it came to nothing. And that's true, because they didn't really have a plan or a vision. They only had the job, let's overthrow this guy. And then they did that. And then at the end there was the power vacuum, and then the wrong guys came into power. But the point is, normal people can just use social media to change the world that they live in. Right? So really think about this as being a real possibility. So also I've got these shirts being made. They're not ready yet, but they're something like this. And buy them, wear them. They're literally conversation pieces that I think might start a debate or start a discussion. Like, just say you're out in a bar somewhere, you see a guy wearing this, saying this message, you might want to start something and start a conversation with him. Or you can go to somebody and say, dude, have you heard about this free economy? Check out this video. This crazy guy that came to my res and talked a lot of shit for an hour and a half. And then, yeah, get that can be your icebreaker. You can go to any person and start talking about this for hours. I guarantee it. So if you see a hot chick and you want to impress her with some long conversation, talk about the free economy, and show me some love. Yeah? Buy a t-shirt and a cap or something. All right, buy one for a girl as well. Right? We have different sizes. And then finally just watch the series of unpacking bits, the ones I kept referring back to, like the thing about the houses and the jobs and whatnot. So that will come up later. In fact, what do you guys think of me doing those other presentations also live? They're all going to be shorter than this one. This was the longest one by far. So, yeah, what do you guys think? But first of all, what do you think about the free economy? What are your thoughts? Would you at least share the video?
I think there's a lot of thinking to do. It's not something I'd share immediately. I'd have to sit down and think about it.
Right. Do you have any? Yeah. So let's talk about it now. I want to address because also whatever your concerns are, or maybe things that I need to think about, which I haven't. So any of the thoughts that help me improve this idea are welcome.
Not you.
Oh, anybody, please. What do you think? Would you want to live in the free economy?
Like for the most part, it all sounded too good to be true to start with, and sort of practical, because this is something that we're not totally replace the current money-orientated economy. So if you're going to be competing with that, it sort of seems unrealistic that you end up attracting, especially people that you need for this free economy to run, into the economy, whereas they have an alternative in the money-orientated economy. So it sort of seems out of reach.
Okay, that's for the time that you were here, but you were gone for like an hour, right? So, do any of you guys feel the same way? Is it in the ones that saw the whole thing? Do you think that there is something impractical?
I didn't sit for the whole thing as well, but I think removing money out of the equation may not be possible. Because it's not just about wanting my needs to be met and wants as well.
Right. So we can provide for the wants as well. So, but the point is the needs will be covered. That's the only thing I can promise you, because that's what everybody can agree on. Everybody can agree that we should be all working together to solve our basic needs. What your wants are, not everybody's going to agree with what you want, right? But a lot of people will want the same things. Everybody wants like nice earphones, PlayStation, whatever. So yeah, people, and imagine everybody has everything that they need. Do you think that they're going to be happy just being bored? Do you think that they won't want to create something new and novel and innovative for the rest of the world to enjoy, and for them to, put their brand on and say, I did this, I made this cool thing, which is not maybe essential for us, because all our essential things are taken care of. Eventually, that's what the system's going to be like. Everybody's just going to be working in order to entertain other people, and so that may be not more like one of the greatest sources of points in the future as the needs of the economy change. The greatest points at first are going to be given for doing things like farming and building, right? But once those farms and housing structures are set up, the needs now move to education, and then once everybody's got their university education, okay, now we can start focusing on developing everybody's wants. Now let's start working on AI for ourselves, engineering our bodies differently, and looking at stuff that today we can't dream of, because we're still stuck in the very stupid stuff that the rest of the world has flown by because they've thought about what they're doing. Quite honestly, what happened to our country in the last 20 years was corruption. Right? Plain and simple. We should be far further than we are right now. And that's an example of how the 1% screws the 99%. And the 99% apparently has no choice. But we do. We are more people, so we have literally more power than the 1%. Why don't we organize ourselves and act like we have some brains and say, no, we don't need to be under your thumb anymore. You can take your money and it will become irrelevant. Actually, that money eventually, if this free economy works out, where people are just earning points for the stuff that they need, and money is irrelevant, that's how we balance the inequality between 1 and 99%. Yeah.
In this free economy, is there a way of ensuring that there's no corruption?
So the economy's got to work on full transparency. This idea, why I'm giving it to all of you like this, it's an open source idea. It needs maximum buy-in. And if you are, and I talk about it in the last thing where I talk about the free app, there's going to be like one part of that app where you will be given analysis of how the free economy is doing, because it's in the free economy's interests that what are the needs. So at first the needs are of farmers, so all the jobs that you find on this website might be related to farming, but then eventually as farming gets sorted, the number of points that you can get for doing farming will get lower and lower, and so you'll have time to switch to a new trade, and then you'll see what jobs are needed, and you can prioritize yourself because these ones they're more needed, so the economy is paying more points for people to do these jobs, so you can change your orientation to that, again, for free. You just need some time. Yeah.
So the points that you'll be getting, am I going to use them?
Of course, you have to use them.
So is that basically the same thing as mine?
Exactly. So I said...
So how can you
want to replace mine with points, but then we build to another same purpose.
Right. So this is the deep question. So I said earlier that we think about money being the thing that we want, and money does provide something for us. It provides something like culture or religion to us, or law. It's something that we can all agree on, even though it's not a real thing. We all need to agree on this, and that's what gives it power, just our agreement. The problem is the way that money works right now. And this is quite a technical thing. But if the banks are the ones producing money, not the government, then if the government wants to do something that will not generate a lot of profit, like fix the country, then the bank simply is not going to do that. It's simply not going to make the loan. So why the hell do we agree to that? That is something that's one change the government could do by itself and fix the whole thing, but it doesn't. So I'm just trying to fix the money system, make it work a lot more sensibly. We do need money as a measure of value, because you as a person will not provide your time if you are getting nothing back, right? So the reward in this case is going to be the points. So as long as what the thing you want to do has value, I will provide you that points, and it will cost me nothing. It will cost the economy nothing, but we will get you to do something valuable that makes the
In
world
order
better.
for me to get the point.
Sorry?
I do something valuable in order for me to get the point.
Exactly, right? In today's society, you can't earn money by going to clean the streets. But if I make it like a game where the residents of Mobile, Cape Town, if whoever goes out into the streets and cleans up the whatever, depending on the level of cleanliness that is experienced, you will get so many points. The number of people involved in that, the points will be divided among them, something like that.
So how is it different from me telling the people of Mobile that if you clean the place, I'm going to pay you?
Where are you going to get the money from?
Where are you going to get the point?
It's literally nothing. I'm literally giving you, I'll write on a piece of paper 100. Okay, that's your points now.
But
Then you
the
take
banks are doing the same thing.
Right, but the banks are not going to give you 100 rand for doing something good for society. There's no profit in that. They're going to give you that point and it's going to be gone. They won't do that. That's not how the world works. Right?
So do you believe
So you
this-
want to be the bank?
Literally.
So the government should be the one issuing money,
Oh.
not banks. Because banks that's the technical thing I was talking about. It's a technical thing about the way that money works. It's not the concept of money that's wrong. It's the way that it has been
So you'd be
implemented.
the person giving everyone points.
So not me, but like there will be a council of people. Have you ever played a simulation game, SimCity, for example? It's a game where you can learn how to organize a society, and I think it really teaches you how to run an economy, to be quite honest. So, so basically, this economy will be run like a sim. Everybody will get all the top level people, the ones the city planning council of the free economy, for example. They will all see the data, and this data will be public for everybody. But they're going to be the ones that understand it the most, and then will do something about it. So it's an egalitarian society, open source. I don't even want there to be one president. I think there should be like a tri-president council or something because the concentration of power is sort of like a dangerous thing. And yeah.
So with regards to laws and regulations, let's say this free economy, like this country in here in South Africa, would it like comply with South African law, or like would it have like its own law and stuff?
So mostly South African laws would apply. The only laws that wouldn't be applied are laws that are not beneficial for society and usually have some, I don't know, old, outdated sort of thinking behind it. Because basically all the laws that should exist should be the ones that everybody can agree on. Right? So, so it's mostly going to be like South African law, I think, yeah.
I just want to ask, is there like an already existing model that people who may want to subscribe to this would then have to be incorporated in, or is this dependent on whoever you go presenting to, buying into it, and being the first agents of change to like start the process of this economy.
So if this video goes viral and people really decide they want to do it, I really believe that certain political parties or wealthy individuals, like the people that started Google, will want to, as long as, if they find out that, wow, 20% of their residents in their city are willing to quit what they're doing and go work for them, and provide their skills and services to these people, to the rich benefactor, to the rich people, the political parties, for free. If you realize that enough people are willing to work for free, as long as you can provide very simple stuff like I just presented very cheaply, it's a no-brainer, I think. Especially for a political party that wants to take charge over the ANC, which I think is something that can easily be done right now, as long as the right plan is put in place.
So how is this free economy different from communism?
So not everybody is going to get the same amount of points. The amount of points you get will be based on your contribution to society. In communism, everybody got the same amount of points, so nobody needed to work, really. Everybody was taken care of, and so they decided, nah, I don't need to go to work anymore, I don't need to do a good job, so the society crumbled. So in this society, you only get paid, you will get paid enough to cover all your basic expenses, for sure. But then if you want to have an awesome life, then you're going to have to do something awesome. Maybe not awesome, but yeah, just you can't be lazy. So it's different from communism, that it's based on merit and hard work.
Oh, and these things that you can do to earn more points for sufficient points to get an awesome life.
Okay, let me remember what I'm going to show you one of my things. So yeah, let me just jump ahead to what's free jobs.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, right, so I've done sort of like a breakdown of how the point system would work. So I decided to call the points kudos, because like giving people kudos for doing good makes a lot of sense, right? So let's think at a teacher working in the free economy. If they earn 10,000 bucks, for example, right? So they earn 10,000 kudos, their home is already set, so they don't need to pay for their home. Right, what they do need to pay for is their food. Right? So the average person spends 2,500 Rand, and for the purposes of this exercise, 1 Rand equals 1 kudo. Right? So 2,500 Rand for food, they spend 1,000 on electricity and transport and internet, and this is just at the beginning stages. Once the economy gets started, we can provide these things for free, and I talk about that in the fifth talk. Yeah. So basically, after paying for everything that you need in life, at the end of the month you're left with 3,250 Rand or kudos to spend. So now, what are you going to do with those 3,250 things? Okay. So this is where people will be living, in these tall skyscrapers, and so that's a big community. So that's where, so when people earn their money there, where they can spend it is here in this part of this building. we can call this the social center. And the kind of facilities that will provide will be things like a facilities podium, where you can enjoy swimming pools, tennis courts, green spaces to enjoy for free with your family. Inside, there can be gyms with spas and saunas and steam rooms, indoor sports courts, games rooms, and then I go through all these various facilities that we can build and all that extra space that we create when we shrink the township by making everybody live in a vertical building instead of spreading out horizontally. But in order to use these facilities, you would need to spend some points. So that's how your life is awesome. By earning more points, you get to use more of these things a month.
So we are replacing taxes or something.
You don't need taxes. You don't need taxes.
So how can you build those things without any taxes?
Because everybody's working for free. Literally everybody is working for free, and so then
The things that you're gonna build with, the resources that you're gonna build with, where would you get them?
where we get them now. But if everybody working in that chain is working for free, it literally is for free.
So
just the funding side.
Initial funding, where would it come from?
The initial funding would be from like a government or from a rich person. So yeah, that's why it does need the attention. It needs more people shouting about it.
You'll be purchasing things that you're gonna use, not things that you're gonna export to.
No, also that. Yes, so we will, whatever, as I said earlier, the excess stuff that we create, we will sell it to the old economy and also provide our workers to the old economy for money, and then we use that money to buy stuff that we need, and until we don't need money anymore, and then we're just basically creating stuff and selling it. So that's why we don't need taxes, because we will be able to create everything, create money out of nothing.
Can you give us the time frame?
No. It depends on how much you share.
Is there an existing like free market?
There are, but they're very small scale, and I don't think they work on like the point system. Like it is more like a commune. Everybody works for free and shares labor, but I don't think it works on a grand scale because they don't like money, so they really eliminate money completely. But I don't think it translates for a whole society. Right, so so guys, I want to thank you so much for holding it. That is amazing. I want to do this a couple more times. Do you think people would like to hear this message?
Yeah,
Do you think it provides an idea that we can come together around and push forward? Excellent. So, great. So, the thing is, right, when I left this place, my years here in College House were literally the best years of my life, even today. Like, when you leave, you will still always think of this place, if the world stays the way it is right now, because the world is different. It's kind of harsh. It really is harsh. And this world that you're living in, this community where people are all trying to better themselves, it makes you feel good when you're in an environment like this, right? You don't have to beef with people from a completely different culture or everything than you. Everybody's learning a new thing. Everybody's coming together, doing different stuff, learning how to be value contributors to their society. And that makes you feel like you can do anything with your buddies. Right? It's just, that's how the world should be, really. And so that's kind of like what I'm trying to do here, getting everybody to live in close proximity so that you never have to walk far to go to a place that you want or to visit your friends. Instead of needing to go walk for like an hour to get to the nearest library or police station, you have all these people living in the same building as you. You literally don't need to go anywhere. So there's the amount of facilities at your disposal, the kind of lifestyle you can have is beyond most people's imagining. but I really had this lifestyle in Hong Kong. So that's where I was living before for 15 years. And people are genuinely happy, and I was really happy in that kind of situation. Just Hong Kong has very little space, so the room's very cramped, but we don't have that space. We can make our apartments much larger. So even the starter level homes can be much more impressive than the ones that I showed you. But those are just the ones that I have pictures for. So yeah, man, like I want to make it so that once you guys leave college house or university life, the real world has something for you to do, that none of you wastes your life in it. Because what happened to me was, once I got my life sciences and my human genetic honors degree, I found that the only kind of job I could get would be in the laboratory where I studied, or I'd be competing with 1,000 people for one job, which I just simply wouldn't get. And therefore, and if I did get a job, most likely, I'd be getting the same salary as like a plumber or an electrician. But having spent so many years of my life like focusing on what I'm trying to do here, it seems stupid to live that way. I actually found out that I could get on a plane and go to another country and literally put DVDs in envelopes and get paid more. Like, how does that make sense? It just shows you how economy efficiency can really change the lifestyle of the people, the lives of the people, and the way that the people think about themselves and what they do with their lives. So, like, I'm trying to fix things. I think the world could be a much better place, and it already, by talking to you guys, you can see. Like, you have no idea how good this life is. Like, all your shit is taken care of, right? You need food, you go to market, you need housing, you're here. But having those two things isn't just supporting your food and water requirements. Because you guys are communing with each other, you're getting friendship, socializations, you're becoming better people, right? Becoming more understanding and all these great things. So this concept works. Just have people interacting with each other on good terms. I don't see how you can go wrong. So yeah, help me spread the idea once I've got everything out there, and really speak to. Do you guys join study groups for the study break? Okay, because the thing is, like, okay, once you guys leave, you're all leaving in what, 2-3 weeks?
Yeah.
Right, so that's great because you can go back and spread the message to your peeps back home. But I need you to connect me to some students here. So if you have some local classmates, so while you're back home, spreading the message, I'm doing something here with the locals and, adding more to whatever this mission is going to be. So after you go back to your classes, share the video with those guys, and please connect them to my Facebook. This is going to be, you can find us at the local alien on Facebook. Is that Facebook for us? Yeah, just go to the local. Sorry?
Free Wi-Fi, so we have.
You know what I'm saying? Free Wi-Fi. It's a basic human right in the free economy, man. I'm not joking. I talk about how we're going to get that. Anyway, check me out. At the moment, there's nothing on my Facebook page, but just go to like local alien or dancing DP, and this video, it's generally the recording, should be there, and it'll be edited and blah blah blah. And I'll give you dates for the next presentation. What do you think? Should I go on like presentation tours? Should I do this in Markwood? Would you guys like to see me do this in Markwood? Maybe not this one, but another one. Since I Alright, so cool. Speak to your connections in Markwood or whatever res you want, you think I should do this in, and then I can do the other presentations there. Alright. Cool. Alright guys, yeah. So for now, just share this when it comes online. I'll come back to bother you.